Good morning and welcome to this week's virtual assembly. And the theme this week is on lateness and good timekeeping. And the reason for the theme this week is because I witnessed one young person who regularly comes in late being quite rude to one of our office ladies this week, and that's totally unacceptable, and he was well and truly told about his conduct. The vast majority of young people at ELLON Academy are always on time, and the deputy heads and myself are out every morning welcoming young people into school, and there are only a very small minority of young people who arrive late for registration, which is excellent. So a commendation to all of you young people who arrive in the morning and plenty of time. But it's really important, and for those of you who do that, it's good for you to know why that's so important and why you have to maintain those good habits. Because poor timekeeping actually costs the UK economy £7.7 billion per year, and that figure comes from an organisation called Need Recruitment. That's a huge amount of money costing the country, paying for people who turn up late for their jobs, and employers will only stand for that for so long. So those of you that are in excellent habits already, well done to you. It will serve you well in working life in the future. The Score Group is a local business set up by local people and based in Peterhead. It's a very successful international business, but they tell us that on average they lose 750 working hours per year due to individual employees being 5 minutes or less late in the morning. And that's really not a good situation. And I know one of the business managers at Score Group, and they don't tolerate it for long, I can assure you, and that's similar to many other employers. The Scottish Business and the Community Organisation published a report, and it said that the second most important quality to employers was good timekeeping. So again, well done to those of you who are in those excellent habits already. Those will serve you well. Arriving late can be quite embarrassing if everybody's in and seated and ready to work and receiving the information for the day, or in a class and the learning has started. It's very awkward if you come into a class and everybody stares at you and you've actually technically disrupted the lesson, because potentially the teacher will have to go over what they've already started with you to make sure that you are up to speed. You might miss very valuable and important information as well, and that's going to set you back if it's something you're going to make a habit of. Being on time is very respectful, and it shows care and consideration for other people. And as you know, respect is right in the centre of our school values at ELLON Academy. Being late is quite rude, it shows disrespect to others, and it can potentially harm your reputation if you make a habit of late coming. The consequences of late coming can be quite significant. It obviously can affect your education, and if you're regularly late, you are going to miss a lot of work, and all that time adds up over the course of a month or a year. If you're in senior school and you get an educational maintenance allowance, late coming is one of the conditions of getting that money, and your allowance can be suspended if you don't arrive at school on time. When we have SQA exams, and hopefully we will this year, you might be not permitted entry into the exam if you are late, and that will have a massive consequence for your future. I know a story of a young person who was 20 minutes late for a university exam. They refused to let him in, which is quite right, because the exam had started and they couldn't disrupt that exam for all the other candidates. So that person had to sit his exam in the summer holidays in July, and had to sit in with all of the people who had failed exams and were doing resits. So that person had a very embarrassing time because he hadn't actually failed, he'd just been late. The consequences of late coming can affect your chances of employment as well, because not many employers will give somebody a job if they have a record of late coming. And employers do ask schools for references, and we are not in the business of telling lies. We will tell the figures and facts as they are, so that these employers trust us in the future to give them accurate information. And potentially, if you're in a job and you're late, they will dock your salary or dock your pay and your wages for the amount of time that you have been late, because they won't pay you if you're late continually. So would it be different if you were paid for coming to school? Most people would particularly like that, but you are entitled to a free education in this country. Education is paid by taxpayers' money, but technically it's free to you. You don't have to come in and pay your dues for coming to school. But 15% of employers are more than willing to dismiss an employee, let them go, fire them for being late on just 2 or 3 occasions, and that comes from Career Builder UK. So if you're always on time, and if you make really good habits, and if you're ever late and it's a really genuine reason, you've nothing to worry about. But if you are and you're building those bad habits now, what might you do differently in the future to readdress this balance? Punctuality breeds credibility. So if you're on time all the time, people begin to take you seriously and know that you are serious about yourself and your future. But good habits to get into is to plan to arrive early to whatever you're doing or going to, but for you just now, particularly school. Avoid distractions on the way that might make you late, and know what your priorities are, and check the night before that you've got everything you need for school in your school bag, so that you don't have the stress of rushing to try and find things in the morning, and that might make you late. Good timekeepers show very good character. They show respect for other people. They develop excellent employability skills to show that they are reliable and they can turn up on time. People with good timekeeping are much more likely to get interviews for jobs, because if they look at an application or a reference from the school and it doesn't indicate good timekeeping, you're not very likely to get an interview. And again, if you're organised, there'll be less stress for you in the mornings. So it's very simple, being on time. This is a quote from James Duthie, who's head of human resources at SCORE in Peterhead, and he says, if you're habitually late, you run the risk of undermining your professional working reputation, no matter how smart, competent or capable you might be. If you think being on time doesn't matter, think again. The effects of constant lateness would be at best that you could be regarded as being uncommitted and not focused on your work. And at worst, you may be dismissed due to constant lateness. And that's coming from a local employer of many, many people in this area. So have a think about that, young folk, and make sure that it's something that, if it has to be improved, it's something that's on your radar, that you can actually take very easy steps to improve that. And thanks again to everyone who is on time all the time. Have a good learning day, and thank you for listening.